Time now for sports on 104.7 The Cave. Here's Ned Reynolds.
Mike, the intern Ned Reynolds in the studio. Halfway point of the week, as I told you, and I think I told my dad yesterday, I really wish I lived in a world where if I got injured and it was a serious orthopedic need, that I had enough pull where I could be under the knife within 24 hours and be on my way to rehab already within a couple days.
You know what's really interesting about the surgery and the chronology that you talk about, usually when there's a tear like that, there's a lot of swelling, and I'm assuming there was with Patrick Mahomes as well. Well, the doctors normally wait till that swelling has subsided, but they did not in his case. And this is Dr. Dan Cooper, who's one of the top orthopedic surgeons in the world. He went in, operated right away, and of course, as everybody knows, found two tears now in the ligament, one in the ACL and one in the lateral collateral ligament. Well, the fact is that yesterday he said, he was quoted as saying, hey, he felt really good about the surgery and how it went and feels really great about the recovery period and the rehab for Patrick Mahomes. He's thinking that perhaps with good fortune that Mahomes can be ready to go maybe by mid-August, late August, early September. I would think that the Chiefs themselves would be very cautious about that, but be that as it may, when the doctor is that positive and that optimistic, that's a very good sign.
Very, very good sign. And again, like we went through it yesterday, if the meniscus tear can cause up to a month, and then by that point, it's a whole different ballgame.
That's cartilage.
Yeah, and so also the fact that he had been playing on a torn LCL already goes to show you how tough that mother is. So all the best to him and his recovery. He's got a long, long road ahead of him for the next 9 months.
It'll be a tough one, but he has a lot of incentive about him.
He definitely does, and he definitely doesn't want that to be the end. NBA Cup championship game was played last night. Who got the dub?
New York Knicks get the dub, but the big question I think that a lot of people ask is, what is the NBA Cup? What's this all about anyway? I think the whole thing is nonsense, but nonetheless, it's funded by, I believe I'm correct on this, by the United Arab Emirates, and it's done to really ostensibly take some of the viewing audience away from the NFL. Does it work? No. I don't think it does. Doesn't affect the NFL at all. But what it is, all these teams, they get together and they have a tournament early or mid-season. And the tournament is the pool play for certain individuals. The winner of the pool play goes on. The other teams continue on with their schedule. And these cup games do count in the standings. Well, except for the championship, and that does not. The championship was won by the New York Knicks last night, 124-113 over the San Antonio Spurs. So what do the New York Knicks get out of this? A trophy. And the accolades of being the Cup champion. This is only the third year for this experiment. But each player on the New York Knicks gets $530,000 plus for winning. Now, the runner-up San Antonio Spurs, each player gets $210,000 plus.
Nothing to shake at.
No, even with the money those guys make, that's pretty good cash.
Yesterday, we were going over some of the, not you and I, someone else and I were going over some of the available first-rounders in the upcoming draft. I'm leaning more towards, I lean towards LL, but the turnaround time on an offensive lineman is long. I mean, sometimes it could be up to a year. Simmons is a rare case where it's turnkey.
Well, he really didn't even have a good year.
Other than the fact that, he'd being gone a month. But, I just think about Eric Fisher, and I'm like, it didn't really pan out all that great. But there are a lot of really available offensive linemen and edge rushers going into the draft. But what about the running backs?
That's just it. The Chiefs may need, in their whole scheme of things, a solid running back. They have two right now, but these guys are more, and I don't mean this as a negative term, that's not the case, but they're plow horses as opposed to breakaway running threats. The breakaway running threats are pretty rare. The Saquon Barkleys of the world and people like that. And you saw what happened to him this year. They gang tackled him. It didn't have all the line play in front of him. Anyway, beside the point, if the Chiefs decide to go after a running back, and right now the Chiefs, and this is as of yesterday, are penciled in at 15th in the draft. Last year they were 31st. This year they're 15th. They could go higher since they are already eliminated. fellow who announced his availability for the NFL draft yesterday, Jeremiah Love from Notre Dame. Jeremiah Love, folks, ran for 2,800 yards in his 3 years with the Irish, and that's a passing attack. Broke the records of a guy by the name of Jerome Bettis. Mm-hmm. You remember the bus?
Oh, well, that's what I'm saying is the success that the Irish have had in the last couple of years have been large in part to the team he's a part of, and he's a big part of the reason they've been successful.
Huge part of it.
Big part of it.
He also had a very, very effective offensive line in front of him. Folks, I don't know if he'll be even available by the time the Chiefs are ready to draft. He might be because the Chiefs are going to be raised a little bit more, maybe 13, 12, I don't know. But the fact of the matter remains, if they're going after a running back, he's the guy, and they could trade up to get him. But I agree with you. I think offensive line is really where they need the help. Could get some through trading, free agency. You just don't know. There's a lot of roads to be able to travel before all that's done.
For some of you guys sitting there probably thinking, why in the hell are we talking about the postseason? There's still a few weeks left of football. Well,
3 weeks.
Well, the funny thing is a lot of you more probable kids are going to have to go through uncharted territory when you go into the season thinking you're going to do something, and it ends up being completely different. The Missouri State Bears got the dub last night. Very close one, though, wasn't it?
1 point. Doesn't get any closer than that.
No, sir.
63-62 over Oral Roberts, and the Bears won it with 3 seconds remaining in the game because the Bears have on their team Keith Pallick. Where they would be without Keith Pallick at this juncture, boy, you shudder to think, because this guy does all the scoring on the team. The Bears are a very interesting team. They play outstanding defense, in my opinion. Oral Roberts came in here as a fairly high-scoring team, and they scored only 62. They had 86 against Tulsa, a team the Bears also played. But Missouri State's defense, outstanding. It was a shifting man-to-man, and they put a lot of pressure, a lot of choking pressure on the Oral Roberts team. And indeed, I think that took Oral Roberts, the Golden Eagles, they call themselves, right out of their rhythm. Anyway, they had a very poor shooting first half, only shot 23%, did come back in the second half, and seized the lead with about 10 seconds remaining in the game on a tray. Got the lead. Well, the Bears had the final shot, and it was a wing shot underneath that glanced off the rim, and this big Pallick kid went up with his left hand and tipped it back in, and that was it. That was the ball game, 63-62. Very nice win for Missouri State University. Had to have it. Play Lindenwood from the Ohio Valley Conference, and that will be next Tuesday. And, Mike, the game is in the afternoon. Now, that's a weekday afternoon game prior to Christmas. How's that going to work? I don't know, but we'll find out. Anyway, Bears and Lindenwood is the next game before the holiday season is with us. Win 63-62.
Already into bowl season. Can't believe it, but we've got some bowl games this week. Our Bears playing on Thursday. Who played last night?
The game last night was the Salute to Veterans Bowl.
Say that 3 times fast.
Well, it's in Montgomery, Alabama is where they played at the Crampton Bowl in Montgomery. And the team from Conference USA won it. Jacksonville State, they played Troy. Troy University's from the Sun Belt. And Jacksonville State won 17-13 in an absolute dandy. Troy, just for the purposes of local interest, plays Missouri next year and has played Missouri in the past, but play them up in Columbia. Be that as it may, Jacksonville State gets the first of the bowl wins for Conference USA teams. The next Conference USA team to play in the bowl game is Missouri State, and that is tomorrow night.
Oh, Bears. Be interesting to see what that OC is able to do at the helm. A former Cardinal has now joined your team. What do you think about that trade?
This is Adonis Garcia, and this is a pretty interesting free agent deal. The Phillies are picking up Adonis Garcia from the Rangers, Texas Rangers. 2 years ago, Garcia was a monster, had a great year. Huge, hitting the ball all over the place, numbers of home runs, helped the Rangers immensely. Last year, he slumped. Now, the guy's 32 years old, former Springfield Cardinal, and slumped a little bit, and the Rangers decided not to protect him. So he goes as a free agent. Philadelphia signed him, thinking that he's going to be the everyday player in right field. Wait a minute. Nick Castellanos is in right field. So long, Nick. The Phillies are going to have to do something with him, and they will. Adalis Garcia, very good ball player. We saw him play down here with Springfield and was a solid player in every respect.
Love that guy. He was really, really fun to watch. Ned, you have a great day, and I will see you down the road.